What is up, guys? Cosmic Contender here for another part to the RTS tutorial. A couple updates. I do have my cursor now on the recording. I apologize for the other parts that did not. I missed that on the OBS setting, but we're going to get into this. So we're going to really get down and dirty in this tutorial. We're going to use our selecting tool that we created. Currently, it doesn't really do much. We just drag it on the screen. So we're going to change that and be able to select our units. It's going to be a lot of coding, so be prepared. So first off, let's go to our unit. So go to our unit scene, and then we want to go to our unit script, and we're going to change this. So one thing that we have here on our unit is we're handling the input here. So that's not bad, but we're going to take this out. Not right now, not immediately, but we're going to do that. So to prepare for this, we're going to add some variables. So one is going to be an avoidance vector. It's going to start off as a vector 0. And then you're going to have an avoid weight equal to 0.1. So this is to prevent our units from running into each other. It won't be perfect, but we'll do it for now. And then we want to target radius equal to 0.50, and then we want to have a selected equal to false, and then have a set selected. So what this is saying, when this variable changes, run this function, which we currently don't have. So let's add that in here. It depends where you want to place this. I'm just going to place it here for the sake of the tutorial, but this might not make sense in the long grand scheme of things when you want to read your code. So we're going to have set, and it's going to take a value, which will be the value that is set within the selected. And we want to make selected equal to the value. And then we also want to do if selected. This will be in the future. So this will be our indicator of if something's selected. So right now we're just going to do this, and then we're going to do else. And then also pass. So this is temporary code. We will go back to it. It is currently yelling at me for, I think I am setting this up. Let's see. It should, so I mistype. Oh, set selected with an ED. Okay, so selected. All right, bar, target. And we want to also do this. We want to change, have a function that set equal to set selected. Not set target. All right, and then we'll create another function called that same. So func will take a value, and on that we are going to just have target equal to value. All right, so these kind of watch the value of these properties. Let's see, did I misspell something? So, oh, we have target up here, so we can get rid of that one. Go right here. Okay, so it watches the values, and you can have something happen to your component based on if those values change. Okay, now let's add our avoid script to be able to detect if we're going to be running into each other. So before we actually add the avoid function, we want to create an area 2D. And on this area 2D, we need a collision shape 2D. And then on our collision shape 2D, let's go to our 2D editor so we can see what the heck we're doing. We're gonna add a circle. Let's go back to this other circle, see if we can shrink this one down. Yes, we're still selected. So we're gonna make the collision smaller, and they're gonna detect further. So let's make this detection that far out. You can mess with it and figure out what you want, and then we're gonna name this area 2D detect. Okay. You can call it detect area, but I'm gonna call it detect. And now we can create our function. So a void function will have a var result equal to a vector 2, not 0, and it will check for neighbors. Neighbors equal to, and then we go detect. So we can do it like this, or we can drag this into the script if you want. It just depends. Dragging will prevent mistyping, but also the IntelliSense that we see here can also help you not mistype. So we want to get overlapping bodies. Then if neighbors for n in neighbors, you can also write neighbor if you wanted to. This is just giving it a name. Result plus equals n dot position dot direction to position. All right. Result divided by neighbors dot size. Okay. And then we want to return the result dot normalized. All right. So now we have this avoid script. Okay. Now we're gonna go take care of this input and we're gonna comment it out. All right. It's gonna be a long tutorial today because we want to get this process of moving out of our unit and into our world scene is where we're going to put it, but you can make it even a manager node. So we want to set on our physics process velocity equal to vector 2.0. We're going to keep this code right here, and then we want if position dot distance to target is less than target radius, then target is equal to null. Okay, so this is going to determine, hey, when we get to the target and we're within the radius of the target, stop. So something is wrong with our if statement. Oh, we forgot the colon at the end there. Hit save. Perfect. All right. Then we want to get our avoidance vector. So AV is equal to avoid. Okay, and this will determine what's around us. And then we have this script. We want to change the script just a little bit. So we're gonna, I'll show you a little trick. If you highlight this and you hit parentheses, left parentheses, it'll surround it all. And now we want to hit plus AV times avoidance weight. All right, times speed. So that will help adjust our avoidance. All right, and then we have our running and idle. Okay, so we're not really doing anything currently. We want to check a couple things in our inspector. So we want to click on our detect and see what our collision is mapped to. Last time we set in our previous script for our selection, let's see, our world, our collision mass to 2. So that's why over here in detect we're going to set it to 2. I believe, I could be wrong, I set the unit. Oh, this is what I did with the unit. As I set the unit with the collision, where is, so we have our unit parent, and which property am I looking for? Collision right there. This will be 2, and that will be 2. So we'll have 2, 1, 2. So layer 2, mass 1, 2. Awesome. Okay. So now one problem is since we got rid of this code, we're no longer setting the target. So let's go to our world scene. So let's make sure this is all saved. Go to our world scene, go to our script, and let's start selecting our characters. So, oh, one thing I'm forgetting before we leave, we want to add on our group. We're going to call it our group units. So just real quick, I'm going to redo that. You go here to node, you'll see signals, hit groups, manage groups. Then we'll type in units, add, and we want to add unit to this. So add it to there. Cool. Right, now we can go to our world scene. All right, so we have our code. It looks nice and neat. There is a couple things we want to change. Okay, so we want to, after this script, we want to check our, or it's after the event press, we want another if statement, check link selected dot size, which we do not have a selected variable. So is equal to 0. Then we want to set dragging to true. Okay. Or do we? No, we don't have selected. So let's add var selected. This is going to be an empty array. All right, save. So there we go. We got this one, and then after that, we want an else statement of for item in selected. We want item collider target is equal to event dot position and item dot collider dot selected equals false. Selected is equal to. Okay, so we got that selection. Okay, now, oh, that's not, we got the for each item selected event true, but then we unselect them. So we're not actually selecting them with this yet. So we need to select in our querying. So after our transform, you want the selected is equal to space dot intersect shape 0 or Q. What am I doing? And then for item in selected, item dot collider dot selected is equal to true. All right, awesome. Okay, so we got our selected. Let's see if we can grab these guys and move them. Cool. All right. So you see that they bump into each other, but then they kind of avoid each other. So a little bit better than that little glitchiness we were seeing. So that is how we can select them, but we wrote some code in our unit that will now let us indicate whether or not these characters are selected. So I'm going to do a quick and easy way to affect them, and that's with a you could use the sprite 2D, and in your inspector there's this visibility and the self modulate. So this isn't like the way I would love to do it, but for now, before we go, we're gonna just edit the modulate. So inside here, we're just gonna do sprite 2D dot modulate, or no, self modulate is equal to color dot, and then let's just we'll just have fun. We'll make it aqua, and then just go take the same code and we're going to set it to white. Okay. So if it's selected, blue. If it's this, it's white. So by default, we're white. So let's go see what happens. So we select them. They're kind of funky, right? So not perfect, not what I would love, but we're going to go do in our next one a shader and have an outline along these guys. Well, I hope you liked the tutorial. If you want to learn more, please let me know what you're interested in and what you would like to see next. Again, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.